Hello students, welcome to today's alternative English class. So we will continue with the concluding and the last portion of the story. So towards the end of the story, what happened? Let us learn now. So it's given white fingers and nimble, page number 34. So till now we come to know that Jim came back home, and when he saw Della without her long beautiful hair, he gave a very strange and terrified expression, or sorry, he gave a very strange and weird expression, and Della was not able to understand that expression given by Jim. But now all her doubts would be cleared, because she was given a package, a gift pack by Jim, and probably it was a Christmas present which he brought for his wife. And when Della opened the gift package, something happened. So let us go to this part of the story. White fingers and nimble tore at the string and paper, and then an ecstatic scream of joy, and then alas, a quick feminine change to hysterical tails and wheels, necessitating the immediate employment of all the comforting powers of the lord of the flat. For there lay the combs, the set of combs side and back, that Della had worshipped for long in a Broadway window, beautiful combs, pure tortoiseshell with jewel rims, just a shade to wear in the beautiful vanished hair. They were expensive combs, she knew, and her heart had simply craved and yearned over them without the least hope of possession, and now they were hers. But the tresses that should have adorned and coveted adornments were gone. So when Jim came back home and gave a very strange and weird expression, Della was very terrified, but now she was able to understand why he behaved in such a strange and weird manner in the beginning. So when Della opened the package, there was a set of tortoiseshell combs, and these tortoiseshell combs were very beautiful because they were jewel rimmed, they were rimmed with jewels. And so on the rim of the combs, some jewels were uh, some jewels were some jewels were seen. So Della understood why Jim gave that reaction now, because she was herself very happy. She was very excited beyond measure. She was feeling delighted and very happy, because whenever she used to see these beautiful tortoiseshell combs in the Broadway window, in the exclusive shops window, she always had a longing and yearning to wear them on her long tresses, because they were a perfect shade to wear on her now vanished hair. But after she realized that at that point of time, when she always used to look towards those combs, she knew that those combs were completely out of her reach, completely beyond her reach, because they didn't have enough money to buy those precious and expensive combs. But now when they were lying in front of her, she was feeling very distressed and unhappy, and suddenly all her happiness, all her delight, all her excitement went away, because she realized the current situation. She realized that her hair had gone for a noble cause. She was unable to buy a nice Christmas present for Jim, and so she sacrificed her hair, and therefore now she realized that it's no use thinking about the long tresses, because they were already gone, and therefore she was crying in a hysterical manner. She was crying hysterically, due to which Jim had to use all the comforting words, all the soothing words, in order to quiet and calm her. But she hugged them to her bosom, and at length she was able to look up with dim eyes and a smile and say, "My hair grows so fast, Jim." And then Della leaped up like a little singed cat and cried, "Oh ho!" Jim hadn't yet seen his beautiful presence. She held it out to him eagerly upon her open palm. The dull precious metal seemed to flash with a reflection of her bright and ardent spirit. "Isn't it a dandy, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. You will have to look at a time 100 times a day now. Give me your watch. I want to see how it looks on it." Instead of obeying, Jim tumbled down on the couch and put his hand under the back of his head and smiled. "Dell," said he, "let's put our Christmas presents away and keep them a while. They're too nice to use just as present. I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs. And now suppose you put the chops on. The Magi, as you know, were wise men, wonderfully wise men, who brought gifts to the babe in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents. Being wise, their gifts were no doubt wise ones, possibly bearing the privilege of exchange in case of duplication. And here I have lamely related to you the uneventful chronicle of two foolish children in a flat who most unwisely sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures of their house. But in a last word to the wise of these days, let it be said that of all who give gifts, these two were the wisest. Of all who give and receive gifts, such as they are wisest everywhere, they are wisest, they are the Magi. So, when Della showed her Christmas present which she brought for Jim, and although it was made of dull precious metal, still it was not shining, but due to the ardent and excited spirit of Della, the dull metal seemed to flash. And when Jim saw the platinum fob chain, there was no excitement in him, because we come to know that he sold his he sold his gold watch to buy those precious and expensive combs for Della. So he was smiling and he said that they were too nice to use as presents. And then the author compared the foolish action committed by Jim and Della with the wise and the great biblical story of the three Magi, Balthazar, Melchior, Gaspar, who brought jewels, who brought expensive and precious gifts for the baby who was born in the manger, who brought gifts for Jesus Christ who was born in a manger. And our author is clarifying that although the two stories are no comparison, because the Magi story is something which has a lot of nobility, which has a lot of magnitude, which has a lot of significance, and it was something associated with the Bible, so it was obviously of grand nature. But the story of Jim and Della is something which is not a very eventful one. It's an uneventful story of two foolish children, because they unwisely sacrificed their gifts for unwisely sacrificed their prized possession. Jim and Della, their story is an uneventful one, their action is a very foolish one, but still they are compared with the Magi because they have transcended all barriers of material possessions and have been able to show their love, their kindness, their generosity for one another through the sacrifice that they made in the story. So Jim sacrificed his pocket watch, which is a pride for him. It can make even King Solomon jealous. So even a wise king like King Solomon will feel jealous if he would see Jim with his pocket watch. So this biblical allusion is made in order to show how precious the watch was for Jim. But still, in spite of the fact that it is a very precious one to Jim didn't care for anything, and he sold the watch just to bring the tortoiseshell combs for his wife. Similarly, Della also sacrificed her long beautiful hair. So a woman's hair, if it is very long, if it is very very beautiful, then it can make other women jealous. So even Queen of Sheba, who is a symbol of riches and wealth, even she won't be spared. Even she will feel jealous of Della's hair. So to such heights, so the author has used such wildest imagination in order to show the value and significance of Della's hair. So Della even had the courage, the determination to sacrifice her long beautiful hair, such long beautiful hair, for Jim's Christmas present. So although the gifts were of no use to one another, still they had been able to transcend all barriers of material wealth in order to show their love for one another, in order to show the noble qualities of generosity, self-sacrifice, kindness, benevolence, which are very very rare in this world of materialism, cruelty, inhumanity, etc. So Jim and Della's story, probably it is very very uneventful and ordinary, like any other story of New York City. Their story is like a story of any other ordinary couple living in a New York City, but still through the sacrifice that they made, through the action of sacrificing their most prized possession for buying Christmas presents for one another is what makes Jim and Della the wisest of all men and women who give and receives presents on the occasion of Christmas. So that's why they are compared with the Magi. They are the Magi. So they are compared with the biblical kings Balthazar, Melchior, Gaspar, because of their action of showing self-sacrifice, generosity, love, kindness towards one another without thinking about their own happiness. They thought for the sake of other person's happiness, and that is what more important in this world. So in that particular case, Jim and Della, they are above all. They have surpassed each and every person who give or receive gifts. Okay, so